Yes, can hear you.
So let me share the screen. Everybody able to see my screen, right?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Okay. So actually, Monday, like sometimes it will be difficult to join it. Monday actually, most of the time I will be traveling. So Monday's maximum will be class will be not there. Okay. So maximum classes will be like Tuesday to Saturday. Okay. So Monday maximum you can skip the guys. Try to join from Tuesday to Saturday. So from this week onwards, we will plan for Saturday also. So what are the missing classes are there? So we need to compensate that one. Okay. So the yesterday some management has not opened the meeting. So Monday I haven't joined it. So like that we need to compensate it. We need to complete the course as soon as possible. So if people can cooperate it, so we can complete the course as early as possible. Okay. So try to if you have any problem with the joining on Saturdays, or if you are interested, we can continue on Sundays also. So how what we will do guys? So are you able to join on Saturday or Sunday? Anything is possible. Morning, same timings.
Yes, sir. I'm available on all
Okay.
days.
Yeah. So one more person is this Brahma Teja. Teja, are you okay, right? For joining on Saturdays? 2, 3 weeks, at least 2 weeks only, maximum 2 weeks. 2 Saturdays. Okay. So try to compensate this one. So this Saturday we will take the class and we will at least compensate for Mondays and Tuesdays one. Okay. So okay. So coming to the next part. So we have started with Ansible. So Ansible is like a configuration management tool. So what exactly this tool will do? So it will configure everything. So I have 100 servers, I have 1000 servers, I have 500 servers are there. So n number of servers are there. So no need to log into the each and every server. I don't want to log into the each and every server, but I want to do the work of the server. I want to configure the server. For example, I want to create a user. I want to install some softwares. Okay. So I want to create directories, download packages, anything, whatever the manual work you are trying to performing it. So what are the things you have learned during the Linux commands, scripting part? So whatever the manual things we are going to do in the servers, manual works. I want to check the file system information. I want to check the uptime information. I want to check the memory information. I want to check the CPU information. Okay, so I want to create one file. I want to set up the directory structure. I want to install some software configurations. I want to upgrade it. Okay, so I want to download packages. I want to set up something in the server. So whatever the manual work we are trying to perform in the server, same manual work we can do it from through automation. So that automation is nothing but it's by using the configuration management tool called Ansible. So Ansible is one of the tools which help us to configure the n number of servers. So in the last session we have seen that the main prerequisite for Ansible is SSH. So if you don't have SSH connectivity between your source and destination server, the Ansible will not be possible. So how to set up the SSH? So just we will generate the key in controlled server or main server or master server, any server. So what are the naming conventions you want to make it? So we can make it. So SSH hyphen key generation. So this command has to be generated in the source server or controlled server or master server. Okay, so like this. So how many servers you want to make connections? N number of servers you want to make the connections. So we will take one master machine or controlled machine. So remaining servers, what we can do? So we can these all servers we can consider as a controlled servers. So which server we want to make as a master machine? So in this server we will generate the key. So what we will do? So we will generate the SSH key, my master machine. So from this key, what I can do? So I will copy that SSH key in all the node machines. Okay. So then I will check the SSH connectivity. So once the SSH connectivity is done, so I can control all the servers from this master machine. Okay, so in the last session, we have seen about how to generate the key, how to copy the key, and which file we will need to copy it, and how to check the SSH connectivity. And also we have performed some, so manual SSH connectivity we checked it. So main disadvantage with SSH is like, so we can directly log into the server by using SSH, like SSH, server name, username, @ server ID. Okay, so if you want to do the work of this server, I want to do this work of the server. So every server can be identified with IP address. Every system will have the uniqueness, that is IP address. So if you want to connect to this server, I want to do the work from this server to this server. So if you have the IP, so we will have first, we will do the SSH connectivity, then SSH, what is the username you have copied that key, that username @ of IP address. So from this server directly I can log into this server, I can do the work of this server. But with the help of the main disadvantage with SSH is nothing but, so at a time single server work you can do it. I can do all the works, but one by one I can do it. I can connect to this server, I need to close the connection with this server, then I need to connect to this server, I need to do the work. So like that, every server which we are doing it, so we need to close the connection and we need to do the work on the other servers. So that's the reason what we need to do. So we have to provide n number of servers. I have 10 servers and I need to do it. So in that cases, we are going with Ansible. So Ansible comes under the configuration management tool, and the alternative tools also there in the real-time scenarios are the market. So don't forget to go with Chef and Puppet. So I know Ansible, I don't want to say. So whenever you hear in the real-time terminology like Chef or Puppet, so these two tools also will come under the configuration management tool. But these are something like old. Nobody is preferring currently. But if it is old projects like 10 years back, 5 years back, they're still continuing the same project. They're looking for the person. They want to continue support work on the any one of the tool. They are looking for the mandatory person that should have knowledge on the Puppet. We are specifically looking for the candidate who has good knowledge in the Puppet because the existing project and the support project. Okay, so everything three tools will do the same kind of activity, same configuring the servers. So here the way of methodology, way of implementation is little bit different. Okay, so this is the way we have to do it. So to do these practical activities, so just will connect to the servers. So take the controller server. Take the control server, copy it, So if you see the history, so what are the activities till now we perform with the server, we can see by the history. Okay. So first we try to connect with SSH connectivity. So it is not working. Why? Because the connection between the source and destination server is not done. So if you want to make a connection, so what we did, so we have generated the key. So the key will be copied into id underscore rs pub. So that file will be available in the .ssh folder. So if you go this folder, then we can do the SSH. We can successfully perform the SSH connectivity. So then we can do one server activity at one time only. But two servers work if you want to do with the same at a time, we can't do it. So like that, if you have 10 servers, 10 connections, we need to open it. So that's the reason what we do. So we will install Ansible. So Ansible main important file is inventory file. So that inventory file is available in the etc Ansible hosts. So hosts is the file. So there we'll maintain our server details. Clear, cat, etc Ansible hosts. Okay, so here we can create one name here. So as per naming convention, we can create any name. So this name is user defined. User can define anything like test server, DB servers, web servers, app servers, anything, app server, anything, test, anything you can create it. But what are the names we are using it? So under which are all the servers you want to connect it? So which are all the servers you did SSH connectivity? So those servers details we will maintain in the etc host file. Okay, so these are the app servers. Okay, so before starting any kind of a work here, so just we'll test with the first thing is, so we have to do with Ansible commands. We can do the work of the servers by using the Ansible commands also. So Ansible commands starts with Ansible -m is module. Which module we are working, that is very important. For example, we are working with a ping module, if you are working with a shell module, if you are working with a command module. So -m is the tag, so which help us to that. So which module you are working currently. So next, what are the servers you are executing? So this command where you are executing, so the naming conventions, so as you provided in the etc, that we need to check it. So next thing is we need to pass the double quotes parameters, like we will tell us arguments, like it's like a key and value. So if you have the key, that value we need to provide it. For example, you are creating user name is the key and value. So this is the key. What is the value? It's a string or integer or list, multiple values you can pass it. So like that, we need to go in the argument section in the double quotes. So these are the parameters, key and value, and mandatory parameter will be there. So if you pass the mandatory parameter, then only it works. So if the parameter also, if it is not understandable the command, it will throw an error. This is not the valid parameter. I don't understand this parameter because you take any kind of a module. Okay, so this is called as a model name. Commands, modules. So what type of modules you work with from the Ansible, they will ask you interview question. Okay, so last session we have seen about the ping module, command module. I want to get the information about all the servers. Okay, so we keep on to the ls, otherwise server will be hanged. Duplicate. So last session we have seen these are called as the Ansible commands. You can check here. So Ansible app servers, module, arguments. The name, password. So how to identify this one? So if you don't know these things, So which module you are working with? Just we need to come here, Ansible user module. That's it. So if you type this one, so this is a built-in module, you can check it. So these are all the, if you check, these are all the parameters. This is a key, append is the key, authorization is the key, value is what value we want to pass it, we can pass it. Comment is one type of a key and we can, okay. So here we need to check for the first thing is mandatory thing. So whichever the mandatory thing is there, name. Name is mandatory for it. So that's the reason we have to pass name. Okay. So the key is name and the value is what type of name you want to create it. So I want to create a new user. So in all the servers at a time I want to create it. So password is not mandatory here. So just if you want to pass the set the password, we can also pass the password. So we can pass other things also. Password expire max, password expire minimum, password locking system, profile, remove role, as user. So these are all the different types of parameters that will be supported for the module. So if you want to work, that should be working condition. So mandatory field, if you work it, it will execute it. Okay, so like that. So next module we can test for. So we have seen the ping module, shell module, command, both are same. User module. So next module I'm going with file module. So if you want to create a file or if you want to create a directory in my, so here I have files and directories. So in this particular directory, I want to create a new files and new directories. So in that cases, what we need to do, our syntax will never change. Ansible, which module we are going to work with, that module name we need to specify. So next, where we are executing it, which all the servers we want to execute it, these things. So next, double quotes. I want to create a new file. DEST is the key name, path where I want to create it. DevOps.txt. So this is the main thing. So if you want to pass anything extra things like state equal to patch. State is the thing. Okay. So just we'll take this one, copy it, we will execute it. So we will go to the respective home EC2 user folder where I'm trying to create a DevOps.txt in 2 servers at a time. We don't have any DevOps.txt files there. So here if you see, we don't have any DevOps.txt files there. So just clear the screen. So before that, we need to check it. Module ping, app servers. Okay, so I'm able to reach it. So if you're getting the success, so my app server contains 2 servers. These 2 servers I'm able to ping it. So I'm getting success. So then I can perform the same command here. Come here and check here before running any command. So we can, so this time I'm going with module called file. I'm going to execute in which servers? What are the arguments? Okay, so if you want to run as a root user, so just we need to append the root user hyphen is for arguments. So if you're getting an error, so we can run it. Okay, so home user devops.txt. So let us see. We have hello.txt and testing. Now I have to able to create devops.txt. Same work I can do in the. So if you want to change the permissions, I want to change the ownership. So anything if you want to do it, we have to do it. So when you type ls-la, it will be the complete information of your file. So here root is there, but I don't want to keep it a root. So this permissions also I want to change it. Okay, so what we can do? So just we can pass the same command. Here we can pass additional parameters like mode equal to, I want to give three permissions. Owner. These are all the parameters. Group. Okay, so we can, if you want to override the same thing, we can override it. So already if the file exists, it will not give any error. So it will try to override the Ansible. Okay, so now same already DevOps.txt file is there. Already state equal to touch is nothing but for creating a new file. So more, I'm changing the permissions. I'm changing the ownership also. So how we are applying the change mode and change ownership? Here we have the parameters called mode, owner, group. So these are all the parameters only, key values. So based upon my, I'm able to remember it. But in the real time scenario, if they're asked us to do it, so we have to remember these parameters or you can get from the internet. Okay, just if you apply it, same thing, same command we are executing it, but this time we are changing the. So previously the ownership is root. Now I have changed it to the, it has permissions, read, write, and read. But I have changed it to the 777 permissions. Okay. This is good. So if you want to remove it, if you want to remove the same file which we have created it, so just we need to put whenever you see state equal to absent. In that case, to remove the files, to remove the directories. So just to state equal to absent. Even if you don't know the value of the state equal to absent. So if you pass something wrong here, so in absent place, I'm passing something like absent 8. So what are the parameters, what are the values that were supported by this key, it will give in the error. So what it is expecting absent, state equal to touch, state equal to directory. So these only values will be supported by the state parameter. But if you are passing absent 8, so it will give an error. It will tell that we are only support these parameters only. So when you type state equal to 8, so we get an error. It is saying that the value of the state should be must be one of the absent, directory, file, hard, link, touch, but we got the value as absent image. Okay, so if you do wrong also, Ansible will suggest that you can pass this value. So what we can do, expected value should be absent, but we are passing absent here. So if you want to delete any file here, if you know the path, I want to delete the DevOps.txt. Same thing, I want to delete the DevOps.txt. So at a time I want to delete it, just we can apply the state equal to absent. So we didn't get any error. So just we'll type the ls. State equal to touch is for creation and state equal to absent is equal to for remove. Okay. Same thing. Same thing if you want to create any directory structure. So here we need to give the directory name. I want to give the directory name as Java. So instead of state equal to touch, we have to go with directory. That's it. If it is a file means state equal to touch. So if you are going with the directory creation, so where you want to create it, So the key is destination and directory structure, state equal to directory. So here we don't have any directory called Java. So if we don't have any directory called Java in both the servers. So what we can do, just we'll run the command, ANSIBLE command. So now once you come here and if you do the ls, I got the Java directory. Okay, so even if you want to test it, I can remove all unless we don't have anything. Okay, so here also we are deleting anything. Nothing is there. So even if you run the same command again, but already is there, it will override. If it is not there, it will be creating again. So again, you can check. Okay, so not only this folder, we can create in any folder. So if you want to create in temp folder also, so we can create, just we need to change the path here. Destination should be just a path. There we want to create it. So if you go to the temp folder also, okay, so here also if you want to create it, just we will change the destination. Okay, so now come here and just check this. We got Java. Okay, so like that. So the file module will help us to creating the files and creating the directories. Okay, so they will not ask the module name in interview question. So they will ask that, so how to create a files, how to create a directories in my destination service. Okay, how the file module will work. So we need to tell this syntax. File module will help us to create a files and directories and also help us to delete the directories and files. File parameters are supported is like a destination and state. These two parameters are mandatory. Okay, so remaining all the things, it's optional. If you don't pass also, it will execute it will not throw an error. So same destination, state equally directory is there. So I want to use absent. So this absent will tell that. So in this part, if you found Java directory, delete it. So I have the Java directory here. Same thing if you go to the temp folder, we have Java directory. So I want to delete it. State equal to absent. Okay, so just ls. Okay, so manual works we are doing through automation. So this SSH connectivity, which servers we are doing, that first we need to check it. So how many servers we are placing here? 3, 5, 7, 8 servers, 10 servers. In all the servers, it will works. Okay, so the connectivity. Same key, if you are adding the new servers in the future, what are the key we generated from the control machine? That key just we need to copy into the destination server and do the SSH, and that server private IP we can add in the host details and we can execute the same command here. So the task which were executed here, that we can execute in the third server also. Okay, so that is the way we can do it. Okay, so next model we can see for copy model. So copy itself will create that if you want to copy the important files in my source server, I want to directly copy the entire file from my source server to the all the destination servers. Okay, so in that cases we will go with copy model. So if you take the copy model here, currently we don't have any file is there. So just I'm touching db.properties. So this is one of the important files. I have modified it. Some db.properties, some server.xml, form.xml, some important configuration file is there. So I have modified in this file. So I want to copy this file to my destination location. All my destination servers I want to do it. So in that case is what we need to do. So just Ansible module copy app servers source. Full path we need to give it. Home, EC2 user, db dot. Just the source is my this parameter name. You should know it. And next parameter is destination. Source is controlled machine path. Destination is nothing but my destination server's path. We are not creating a new file. So already the existing file is there. So that file we are trying to. Okay. So just here previously we have used the file module. Now I'm changing to the copy module. So which are the servers? Source, destination. Source is my current machine, destination. Okay. Something that file could not access. Home EC2 user, db.properties. Property spelling right. Spelling mistake. PROPRTIES. Okay. Just try to execute again. Okay. So this time it got executed. So let us do the. Okay. So understanding guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So able to understand it. Okay.
Shamu,
So
small clarification. See, I have 10 systems. I want to copy or install something in the all systems, but among that 10 systems, 3 are having Windows operating system and another are in Linux operating system.
yes.
Will it take care of it, or do I need to separately?
We have to do separately. Windows servers, we need to create one more group like this. So you can create one different group in the host file.
So, but Ansible commands are the same for both, right?
Same commands only. Even if you want to go with a particular command, we can also apply some conditions. When conditions we can apply. When OS.family. So those these example I will show in the playbooks.
See, if Ansible commands are same for both then why should I need to create Windows server and Linux server? You can do in the same one, right?
Yeah, in Linux server we have a path here. So
yes, yes. That source path will be different, right?
Yeah, default path like we don't see the home EC2 user in the Windows machine. So if you see the path here, so where I am currently here is nothing but.
Got it, Shyam.
Okay, so if you see the present working directory, the default path is this one. But if you go to the Windows session, we don't have the path called C folder, D folder. Folder structure it will be there. C, D drive will be there. Here we don't have any C drives, D drives. So that's the reason to segregate between both the things. So we have to go with a separate operating system. So that's the reason we are telling that all the servers should be identical.
Right.
So all the Linux servers, all are Windows servers, all are RHL7 or RR CentOS machines, all are Ubuntu machines. In that cases, this will be like a working condition. If you are going with a separated with CentOS machine separate, Ubuntu machine separate, the path structures and everything will be different. In that, we need to add separate logic for those kind of activities. Suppose these 4 servers are Windows servers, these 3 servers are CentOS servers, these 3 servers are Ubuntu servers. So here installation will be different. For example, if you go with the CentOS machine, we are using M module to install. But if you go with the Ubuntu servers, M manager is not supported, M package manager. So what we need to do, we have to go with apt module. So based upon the operating system, our logic will be changing. The command syntax will never change. This syntax will never change. Okay.
Understood. Understood. Thanks.
So same thing. Next concept is like if you want to set up software installations. For example, if you see Git, I don't have Git. So if you see Java, I don't have Java. If you see the Maven, I don't have Maven. So if you see, so nothing is available. These all softwares are not available here. So if you want to install any kind of a software, so if you want to go and install the software installations, so if it is a CentOS, Ubuntu means we have to go with apt module. So here instead of file module, M module. So next, here, what are the softwares you want to install it? I want to install Git. I want to install Maven. Both the softwares I want to install. So what are the packages you want to go in? So we have to specify state equal to X. So just we need to focus on the module parameters. So I'm going with, these are my CentOS machines, Linux CentOS, M, name of the software, like Git, Maven I want to install. I want to go with HTTPD also. N number of softwares you can install with single command by comma separated. So just we need to provide the comma, and state equal to latest is nothing but you can go with like latest version. What are the latest versions are there? So just we'll take the same command. So if you install the Maven, Java comes along with Maven. So when you install the Maven, it will look for the Java. If the Java is not there, so you can install Java. So no need to install separate Java here. So Java Maven no need to specify. If you install Maven, Java comes along with installation. So now I'm installing the 4 softwares currently here. So but these 4 softwares I checked here, version, Java, Maven, HTTP. These 4 softwares are not there in my any one of the machine you take it. Git is not there. Java is not there. Maven. None of the software is not there. Okay. So in this case, what we can do, just we need to come here. Take this command, just run this single command. Just we need to focus on the module name parameters. Okay. Just press enter. Okay. So in the 2 servers at a time, we are going to set up the installation. So it will take time. Okay, something is okay. You need to perform as a root. So we will start the root operation. -B. Okay. Yes. It will take time. But not okay. It is done. Okay. So let us check it. Everything one by one. You see, Git version got installed. Now got installed. Java got installed. HTTP got also installed. Okay. Same thing here also we can check the same thing. If you do the activity of one thing, okay. So all the softwares got installed here. Okay, a single command, M model. So M model is usually, so if it is Ubuntu mission means you have to replace M model with apt model. Okay, if you are trying to use the M model, it will not execute, it will throw an error. Because for the Linux, based upon the operating system, in the Linux we have so many flavors are there. So in that based upon your flavor, you need to go with the model. Same thing here. One more thing is like, so if you check the one of the process like systemctl status. Okay, so if you check the process here, this process is not running. So if you want to make the process should be up and running, something like a so background process is not running. So in that cases, you need to start the process. So what we can do? So we have to go with one more module called service module. Okay, so name equal to say state equal to started. So same if any application or the process is not running in all the machines. So what we can do? So we can go with. So here we are checking here. So here we have to check it. System CTL. Okay. So if you check the system CTL, status of MessioDB is inactive. Means this is not running here. So if it is not running, somebody asks us to restart the HTTP service in all the servers. So we have to go with service model. Name of the service, and state equal to started, restarted, reloaded, stopped. These things options will be there. So if you are passing any wrong value for the state, so it will be an error. Okay, so we didn't get any error. Same thing, now we will check the status. Now this active and running. Same thing here also we can check the so if you want to stop this service, so just we need to change the state. So just pass wrong value and check it. It will give the values. Okay. So we already used the start. So if you want to use stop, so we have to pass to the stop value. So just we'll go here. State equal to stop. Okay, it got stopped. So let us check whether really it stopped or not. Again, it becomes no. Okay, so like that we can go with service model. Started again. Again, we can do that. Okay, so like that we can go with a number of modules. So a lot of modules are supported here. So based upon the requirement, so which module we need to use it, we should know. Okay, so now if you want to perform this all the tasks at a time, my project require all these tasks. I can't write 50 commands daily, right? I want to create a users, I want to create a files, I want to create directories. So same environment I want to set for the other environment. Like this I have done for the dev environment. Now I have SIT environment, I have UAT environment, I have to production environment. So same I can't type the each and every command daily basis. So that's the reason these commands things we can organize into a playbook. Okay, Ansible completely depends upon your playbooks. Ansible, if you are working on Ansible side, so you have to write a playbook. So playbook, we have a certain syntax is there. So if you remember the syntax, we can work with any kind of a task. So how we are performing the task here, same task we can convert this all these tasks into playbook. Okay, so same thing if you want to write any kind of a playbook. So just to validate it, so what we need to go in, so just go for the YAML.com. So Ansible playbook will be written in the format of YAML. Okay, so just for any playbook, if you want to write it, so we have to start with 3 dashes. So then single dash hosts. What are the hosts you want to execute it? That hosts just become true, become. So this is the common syntax for everything. So just next for the tasks. Name of the task. So what task you want to perform it, you can give any name. Suppose I want to create a user. Which model we need to use it? Parameters. That's it. So after colon, you should give space. If you don't give the space, it will not work. So this is the format every time you need to write. Up to here is common for any playbook. So if you want to install any software, so they will ask us to write any kind of a software installation. So we have to go with any name. Module name, parameters. Parameters. Same thing. So a number of tasks we can write. This is one kind of a task. This is one task. So just will take all this, Control C, click and go. So if you are getting the valid YAML means your YAML format is good. So what we will do, so just will take this YAML format and go here, clear the screen, clear the screen. So to write your Ansible playbook, just I'm creating one directory, playbooks. ls, so cd playbooks, I'm going here. So if you want to write any playbook, so just give any name. My first playbook dot. The extension of the playbook file which you are writing should be .yaml format. It should be there. Insert, paste it. So this is the syntax for writing the playbook. 3 dashes, single dash. Wherever I am writing the spaces, you should write the same spaces. So the colon after colon also, it should be space. Okay. So these are the tasks. How many tasks you want to perform it? So we can write a name of the task, module, parameters. So name of the module, parameters. So if you want to copy any files, if you want to create a directory, if you want to update the files. Okay, so every activity we can organize all the group of tasks into a single playbook. What is the activity you want to perform it? So just name, module name, parameters. Module name, parameters. Name just for the person who is executing, just for naming conventions, what activity you are performing it. So we are giving name. So if you give any name also, it will work. Only it will check for the module and it will check for the terminals. Okay, so just to save it. And if you want to run any kind of a playbook, so just we have to use Ansible playbook. So previously we have used the Ansible command. Now we have to use Ansible playbook. Playbook name. Just press enter. Okay, so just play app servers. Done. So what are the 2 tasks you have executed? One is for user creation, it has executed. If you not understand anything, so it will fail at this stage. So let's go to the cd home ls. Okay, so if you test for the testing 1, 2, 3, the user got created. Okay, so same how you did for the Ansible user model, how you did it. So same thing we are converting into the playbook. There we have to write the like this command, we need to write it. Same thing, the module name and parameters. What are the things we are using it? Same thing we are writing in the playbook. So playbook, this is the syntax. Under the task, we can write 100 number of tasks. One by one task, we can write it. We can go with a module names. These are the parameters.
Some small doubt. Can I protect the playbooks with username and password?
Yeah, we can protect it. These parameters are there, right? Just we need to go to the user module. We have lot of parameters are there. So just I'm going with mandatory parameter. Password locking, password expiring, max, password related things.
No,
So
for playbooks, I'm saying, I'm asking.
playbook we have also this entire playbook. If you want to have it, we have one more concept called Ansible Vault.
Okay.
Okay, so this vault will help us to do the encryption and decryption.
Right.
Only you can write the playbook. Nobody can edit it, view it. Okay, what are the content you are writing? It will provide the encryption format. So I will show you when it comes to the vault section. Okay. Ansible Vault is the one type of topic in Ansible to encrypt and decrypt your playbooks.
Right. Go ahead. Thanks.
Okay. So this is the way we can write it. Any playbook to take it. So just we need to know this syntax. And next we need to write the task. So if you write 1 or 2 times, you will be habituated it. So entire Ansible will be relies on this playbook only. So this logic wise, we can apply some conditions. We can capture the outputs. We can capture the errors. We can check the conditions. So like that, we can do at the particular task level. We can perform some activities. But this is the way we can write the playbook. Same playbook you can execute n number of times. Okay, so nothing will happen. So just if already the task is there, it will be there. Otherwise, it will be overridden the same kind of a task. Okay, so here it is looking for the two servers. So what are the activity you are writing? So if you are getting OK means it got executed. So if there is any wrong with your parameter or anything, if you're not able to understand, it will throw an error. Okay, so if you take here playbook, so I'm inserting it. So I'm going with instead of user, the parameter name I'm giving with name equal to instead of name place parameter name I'm wrongly typed it. So I missed it and unfortunately I saved it. I'm trying to execute it. Okay, so what it will do? It will throw an error. So during the user creation, so I got the error. Okay, so whenever it got error, it will stop executing it. It will not go for the next one. So it is saying that unsupported parameter. So it will clearly tell us the error also. So unsupported parameter for user module name 888 supported parameters is nothing but so we can use these many parameters. It will be supported. Role, generate SSH key, expires, password locking. How we seen here, all the parameters here, same parameters you can see. SSH key phrase, SSH key bits, shell, user, role, all this parameter information we can see. Shell, skeleton, SSH key bits. Okay, so if you go wrong also, the Ansible playbook will suggest that you have to go with these things. Okay, so that's the reason we should be, when you keep on first time, it will be difficult to you writing it. So just if you write 2-3 times the syntax, so it will be easy for you. Okay, so just we should know the parameter name. Key and value should be very important. What module? Key. Values you can pass anything. So if it is a string means string, integer means integer, like that. Okay, so this thing we need to write it because in the interview questions they will ask you, can you write a sample playbook for installing Nginx software? Can you install a Tomcat software? Can you write a sample playbook for installing the Tomcat software? So just up to here will be same. The software plus name equal to you have to go with Tomcat. state equal latest. They are looking for the syntax, whether you are writing the valid syntax or not. So small mistakes is fine, but if you know how to write the playbook, so they are looking for those things. Okay, so like that we can save it. So n number of playbooks we can write it. So tomorrow I will show you some or couple of examples on the playbooks.
So one more doubt. Say for example, if few servers are unreachable and we get like how
That is when you are writing any kind of a playbook. So first thing when you log into the control machine. So first thing is we need to check a ping model. So
okay.
today we have checked it, right? So first thing before starting anything of any work here. So what we need to do?
Status of the other server.
Model, ping, all also we can use it.
Okay.
Okay, so if you use it, so what are the custom servers we placed it? So those two servers we have to get success. So if it is not success, there is a problem with your server. So then if you write the playbooks, every time it will fail. First reason we need to check it whether we need to use with the ping model.
If it is not reachable, then we have to restart the server, is it? So how do we?
Just we need to restart the server. Okay, suppose this server is stop state. Okay, so what we need to do? We need to start it. Again, we need to make the ping command.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so that is the way we have to test it. But our ultimate goal is to make all the servers should be up and running. And what are the work you want to do? So we have to go with every time in the real time scenario. We don't go with commands. Commands only for lower environment testing, whether the command is working or not, particular task is working or not. They will go with module. But in the real time scenarios, everything they will go with playbooks. Extension of the playbook should be .yaml file, and what are the logic you are writing it, what task you want to perform it, you can write here with your logics. Okay, so before that we should know the module names, then we have to go with parameters, then we can convert that into the whole playbook. Okay. Okay guys, so tomorrow I will go with some more examples in ANSIBLE playbook. Okay, tomorrow same time.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, sir.